Hey guys, my name is Simone with Simone on the Microphone. This is my channel. Thanks for stopping by. Today I wanted to teach you guys how to make these face masks. So I mean, like probably you all have been to the store. If you have one, good for you. I did not have one until I made this one, and I would go to the store and I'd see other people wearing them, and I think I just would freak myself out. And I finally decided, you know what, go ahead and make you one. Why not? You can sew. Why have you not made one yet? Well, the CDC recommends that you wear them. I wanted to teach you guys how to make them. I'm sure that there's other people out there like myself who did not have a face mask, and so to just have some sense of security will be nice. So if you guys want to make one, it's not hard at all. I have the outside, the pretty side, that's the side you want out, or whichever pattern you choose. You choose one inside color and one outside color so that you can know which side the germs have been on. On the top, I have a piece of metal that will shape to your face. And on the inside, I have a little pocket to put a filter with a little bit of citric acid on it, just a little bit. I have the citric acid left from when I made bath bombs, so it's perfect. Guys, go ahead and subscribe to my channel down below. Whenever you subscribe, click that bell notification button so that whenever I post a video, you guys get notifications and can check it out right away. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Let me tell you guys what you need. So I'm using a sewing machine. This is my sewing machine right here. Okay. I also got a piece of cardstock and I made a pattern, a 9x7 inch rectangle. You're also going to need two different types of fabric. So this will be my outside fabric. You need one square, one 9x7 inch square. The inside fabric, you need two 9x7 inch squares. So you're just going to put this down on the fabric, trace around it, and cut it. As simple as that. It really does not have to be perfect. You're also going to need bias tape. I had never heard of bias tape and I sew, so I feel kind of like I need to teach myself some more, but this is the bias tape that I'm going to be using. If you guys do not have bias tape, there are other ways. You can use elastic, you can use rubber bands, you can use fabric and make it into a piece of string. So there are plenty of options out there for you. My mom is going to make some and she said she's using bungee. She said she couldn't find any elastic, so she found some bungee and she's gonna try it that way. I will share a picture of it whenever she makes it, so that way you guys can check it out. I'll share it on my Instagram story, so definitely go follow me on my social media. I'm gonna put it down below for you. Like I said, you're gonna need the fabric, you're gonna need the bias tape, and you're also gonna need some type of metal bendable wire. Okay, so I found this beading wire. If I didn't find anything, I was going to attempt to use a paper clip because you can bend it and it will stay. This one will just be a little bit harder to bend, so I was hoping I didn't have to use that. Or you could also try floral wire. That might work for you as well. So those are three options. Coffee filters for the inside. Okay, let's just get started. Put the rectangles facing each other. You're going to put the long edge facing up and down and the short edges on the side, so the 7-inch pieces go on the left and the right. Then you're going to pin all four sides to each other. Now you're going to fold it over. So you're going to fold it from top to bottom, and you're going to get the iron. Yes, my iron is plugged into a plug all the way somewhere else, so I have to unplug it every time I use it. Okay, so now that has the crease left in it. I'm just fixing a pin right here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the crease into the sewing machine, and I'm going to sew about 2.5 inches in on either side. So I'm just going to sew about 2.5 inches really quickly. Now I stop. I'm going to lift up the presser foot and I'm just going to pull it back until I have about 2.5 inches that I have to sew on the other side. I'm going to put the presser foot back down and I'm going to sew this side now. So you're basically leaving kind of a gap in the middle, about a 3-inch gap. And don't forget to always seal your edges by going back and forth on it. Okay, so now you're gonna bring down that side and you're gonna unfold it. So that's what you're gonna get, a little opening. Don't forget to iron to flatten out the fabric. Now you're gonna get your one that goes on the outside and you're gonna put it face to face, so pattern to pattern. And you are going to pin all 4 edges. Again, you're gonna lay it with the 7-inch on the side and the 9-inch on the bottom and top. Okay, so now we're gonna sew the left and the right sides. So again, those are the 7-inch pieces. You're gonna sew them all the way down, and don't forget to seal your edges. Side note, I don't know if it's called sealing edges, but that's what I call it. Okay, so we did that one side. Now we're just gonna flip it over and do the other side. Again, it's just the left and the right sides, the 7-inch pieces, or the 7-inch sides. Now you're gonna see that you have the left and the right side sewn up, and you're gonna flip them back out. So now the patterns should be on the outside. And you're gonna give that a nice flat press with the iron. Okay, so now you're gonna flip it over and look at the middle. You're gonna fold one piece into the middle, or one side, the ones that are not sewn together. And you're just gonna make a 3-fold basically. Yes, I did burn myself a few times. Okay, now you're gonna get your bias tape out. This I've had a hard time measuring. I kind of make it a little short, but what I recommend is putting it to your face and tying it around your head and seeing how much you actually need. Now I'm going to fold the rectangle the other way, and I'm going to iron that down on both of the sides. I don't really need to do the middle though. And then I'm going to take my bias tape, find the middle piece or the middle area, and I'm going to iron that down. I'm going to do it to both bias tapes. You need 2 different pieces of bias tape. I would say you need about maybe 35 inches. That might be too much, but it really just depends on what you like. I feel like I made mine a little short, and I made it about 32 inches. So just maybe get a little bit extra. Now you're going to take the bias tape where you ironed, and you're going to line it up to the middle of your mask where you ironed halfway down. So you're just going to open up the piece, and you're going to find the middle again on both the mask and the bias tape. You're going to put the mask in to the lip, and you're going to get some pins and pin it down. So you're going to keep one side open, and you're going to pin the other side to the mask. Okay, so you see it's open, and you're just pinning to the mask to the bottom, to the back side of the bias tape. Okay, so now we're just going to sew just the back side of the bias tape to the mask. We will close the bias tape later. It's just so much easier to sew this together and then come back and sew the whole bias piece tape later. Okay, so that side's sewn on. Now we're going to get 2 7-inch pieces of wire, 7 inches, yep. And we're just gonna twist them together. Yep, twist them really good. You don't want them to come apart in the mask. So just twist, 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 twist. And then on the end, you're just gonna curl it into each other so that it doesn't break through the fabric. So just do a bend on the inside on both edges. Okay, so now you are gonna sew the bias tape until you get to the mask. And you're gonna even just sew just a little bit past. So you're gonna sew till about right there. Yep, right there. You're gonna put the metal piece in, and now you're gonna hold it in place and sew it closed. And then you're gonna get to the other side of the bias tape. Go ahead and get that sewn all the way till the end. Again, don't forget to sew your edges by going the opposite way for just a few moments, and you're good. Okay, so now you can see that bends with your face. Got it, you can see that I've sewn those closed. Now what I'm doing is I'm just finding the areas where the metal wire is, and I'm sewing it in place. So I'm just kind of doing a stitch on either side of the wire so it kind of stays and doesn't really move around the little tunnel that you've created. Yep. So I put one there, I put one on the other side. Now let's get this bias tape put on again. You're gonna open it up and you're gonna put it into the lip and use pins to hold it down. Again, you're just gonna sew the mask onto the open bias tape real quick. Okay, now that it's sewn to the bias tape, you're gonna close the tape and start on one end and go all the way to the other end and close it. Now you're at the mask, just keep sewing all the way until you get to the other end of the bias tape. So keep going. Okay, so we got the bias tape sewn onto the top and the bottom sides. Now we're going to fold over. So you're going to pinch it at the top, fold it over, and you're going to pin it down on both sides. It is a little bit thick here, so you're going to have to use a little bit of force. Okay, so now that we got both sides of that one, pinch, pull down, and pin. Pinch, pull down, and pin. So you're going to make about 3 layers. I found that sewing this was kind of tough because the fabric got really thick. So I actually decided to flip it to the back side and sew it that way. It was a little bit easier for me than the first mask I made. Okay, so now you're going to take it, flip it over, and go downward. So it's going to be easier if you sew down rather than up. So just make sure that you're sewing down, and I liked doing the back side of the mask because I thought it would be a little bit easier. And you're just going to do both sides and you're going to sew downward. Remember to remove the pins as you're sewing. Cool, so both sides are done. Now I'm just going to take 2 coffee filters. I sprinkled a little bit of the citric acid on it, just a little pinch, and I put it into the mask. You're going to want to change the filters out basically every single day. Got it. Now I'm going to go ahead and tie this to my face and adjust it to my nose, and it should stay in place. Okay, so I just made this one with you guys. This one is definitely better than the first one I made. I think the improvement that I made on this one was that I did 2 pieces of wire together and I like twisted them. I would say this project cost probably about maybe 20 bucks total. Thanks so much for watching my video. Let me know what you guys think. It was definitely a relief on my mind to know that I now have a mask and I can wear it in public, and that's why I wanted to share this video with you guys, to show you it's really not hard at all. You just have to have the right material. It's just nice to be able to have it and to be able to feel better about going out in public and not be so anxious all the time. I think seeing some of the other people wearing the masks was definitely something that caused me anxiety. So if you guys have any questions, leave a comment. If you guys have any comments, leave a comment. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel below and click that bell notification so that you get a notification when I post a new video. Thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.